Well, the Winter Games or any Olympics used to be a must-watch for Canadians. Time to tune in, cheer on the best athletes our country has, celebrate their success, lament their losses. These days, not everyone has cable. Not everyone has time or interest in watching the competition. And we want to start there with Mind the Gap. That's when we take two people from two different generations and get their take on the issues of the day. Let's go to our panel. Giselle Kovari is a Gen Xer and the president of Engine People Performance, Inc. She's in Toronto. Jessica Moorhouse, millennial money expert and blogger, also a podcast host. She joins us from downtown Toronto as well. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, Giselle, I want to start with you. Did you grow up watching the Olympics?
Absolutely. It was a great tradition in our family to watch particularly opening closing ceremonies and to cheer on our favorite athletes. And it was something that we looked forward to. It was certainly something that when I was growing up in school, there was a lot of discussion around it. And there's been a lot of passion around it as a sporting event, and in particular about trying to build some Canadian pride. And I think we did a really great job of that after the Vancouver Olympics and sort of the Own the Podium focus.
Are there moments from when you were younger you remember that stuck out about the Olympics you were watching?
Oh, for sure, when Ben Johnson won. I was a huge Ben Johnson fan. I went to his house. I said hello. His mother opened the door. I got to say hi before all the controversy hit. So I made a bet with my dad that he would win, and I was jumping up and down. Thrilled. Right. There's a lot of great memories.
All right, let's go to Jessica and talk about the same thing. Jessica, first I want to ask you if you even have cable, and are you able to watch the Olympics?
I don't have cable, so I guess I can't watch the Olympics. I'll be honest, I didn't really know when the Olympics started, so that's on me. But I kind of know sort of what's going on. I look on Twitter, I look on news sites, so I kind of keep up with what's going on a little bit there.
Okay, it sounds basically like you don't have great interest in it.
Not really. I mean, like Giselle, I have great memories of watching the Olympics with my family, but as soon as I kind of left the nest and went on my own and decided not to get cable, I haven't really watched the Olympics since.
And why do you think that is?
I think it really comes down to accessibility. I mean, if the Olympics were on Netflix or streamed to Facebook, I'd probably check it out. But there's a lot of barriers to find the Olympics, so I don't want to have to get a TV and get a cable package just so I can keep up with it just for a couple weeks.
All right, Giselle, you touched on this, but I wanted to get back to it. Is there a certain Canadianness that you get from watching the team and sort of joining their journey while you watch the Olympics?
Yes, I think so. And when I was asking some of my friends recently, I said, are you watching the Olympics? Do you care? We had that conversation. And in particular, one person said it's one of the ways in which we get inspired to get involved in sport, especially for younger people to have heroes to look up to and to feel passionate about it. But I think that in particular, this year's Olympics has been challenging because of the time zone difference. A lot of people said the sports I want to watch, they're not available live, so I'm not going to tune in later on. As Jessica mentioned, I mean, some of my friends don't have cable either. I'm still old school, so I watch TV, like this show, and many others. So, yeah, I think we feel connected to it, but it's kind of hard if it's so delayed and you're watching it not in real time. I don't think it has the same kind of spirit.
Yeah, time zones are always a problem. But I'm going to ask you, Giselle, do you think that the other generation is missing something by missing the Olympics?
Well, I mean, I think that the millennials are being their time and their attention is being competed with so many other forms of media. But I do think that if Canadians don't get behind Canadian athletes, then we are missing something. And I think I was at the Vancouver Olympics and I went as a spectator, and that energy and that enthusiasm that came with that was really significant. And I think that I think younger generations are going to miss out something if they don't tap into that. But it's also incumbent upon the broadcasters to make it something engaging. And as Jessica said, what platform are you going to put it on? But it's got to be quick and easy for them.
Yeah, Jessica, let me ask you, do you feel like you miss out on some of that Canadianness by not seeing the games or supporting the athletes?
I don't really think so, quite honestly. It doesn't really affect my life at this moment. Again, I do kind of keep up with some of the significant stories that are going on in the Olympics, like I think a lot of millennials from, just searching online, keeping up with things on social media. But I don't know. I think, again, there is a lot of information and a lot of news, and there's a lot of things competing for our attention. And I'm just not sure the Olympics is evolving as quickly as it should.
Got it. All right. I want to get another topic in while I have you. Former Prime Minister, a woman, calling out female news anchors who go sleeveless on air. Kim Campbell calling bare-armed attire demeaning, saying bare arms undermine credibility. Okay, Jessica, I'm going to start with you and ask you, when you started your career, I don't know how many years ago that was, what was workwear for you?
It was really casual. It was jeans and a t-shirt, and I didn't think anyone really cared, and I still don't think anyone should care what you wear as long as you're good at your job.
Okay. Giselle, I want to ask you, when you started your career, what was the norm, and how have you seen that change?
Well, I started a little bit longer than Jessica.
Than Jessica did, okay, fair enough.
And people did care. And you know what? The reality is there's been a shift in organizations. Very traditional organizations I work with now have shifted to more casual type work environments, banks, insurance companies, even law firms. But I mean, I had friends that went into law, and not that long ago, you were expected as a woman to be wearing a skirt with closed-toed shoes and nylons at all times. You weren't even supposed to be wearing pants. So things have moved along. And part of the criticism that's of millennials is that that sort of don't care attitude, it's not just that they might come in jeans and a t-shirt, it's does it look too informal? Is it really casual? And a lot of conversations in the work environment around what's appropriate dress code. Having said that, I don't agree with Kim Campbell's comments at all.
Okay, I do want to ask you, as part of the dress code issue, do you think it has gone too far? And describe what's too far for you in the workplace.
For me in the workplace, and certainly with the organizations I work with, anything that you would wear to the gym, anything that you would wear to the beach, and anything that's overly revealing for men or for women, so crop tops, belly busters, right, spandex, and you'd be amazed at how many organizations in very somewhat, again, traditional industries, business work environments, still have that issue with younger people coming into work dressed as if they're either going to a club or they're going to the gym.
Jessica, what do you want to take issue with any of this? Is it okay to wear, a sweatshirt and your Lululemon pants to work?
Yeah, if you're really good at your job, why not? I know there's a lot of people my age that choose to leave kind of more corporate environments for something a little bit more relaxed, just for the attire. I mean, I work for myself. I work in my pajamas, and it's awesome, totally worth it. My last job, I had to wear a suit most days, and I really hated it.
Okay. I work in my pajamas too, but not when I go to an office.
But not when you're at the office. Okay, so let me bring it back to the comments made by the former Prime Minister, the fact that she obviously thinks in a specific environment, broadcast news, that women should be covered up, be wearing a longer sleeve shirt or a blazer. Giselle, just give me your take on it.
Overall, I mean, I have a lot of respect for what Kim Campbell achieved as a female politician, but I think her comments are a throwback to an era that just simply doesn't exist. I think her tweet, the language was really inflammatory. She said it was demeaning to women. I don't think there's anything demeaning about showing your arms. She said that it impacts her credibility. I mean, I can take my suit jacket off now and have a sleeveless dress. Other news anchors have sleeveless dress. I don't think that impacts one's credibility at all. And most importantly, when we talk about gender equity and equality, women should be able to choose what they wear. And I agree with Jessica. I mean, it's around the quality of the work that you do. It needs to be professional. Again, don't show up in a tank top that you'd wear to the gym. But I think that her comments just seem incredibly odd in 2018, and really, frankly, a throwback to a previous generation where men were expected to dress a certain way and women were supposed to dress like men.
And Jessica, I imagine you're going to be even tougher on this.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where this is coming from. Is she just trying to find some more Twitter followers? I mean, I feel like she was bored one night and just started tweeting. I mean, go back to your day job.
Okay, we got to leave it there, you guys. Giselle Kovari joining us, Gen Xer, as well as Jessica Moorhouse joining us as well, a millennial podcaster and blogger. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.